friends, and welcome back to Beyond the Screen, the Family Connection podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Samantha Hayes, educator, parent, and founder of Beyond the Screen Families. And today we're talking about play. It's something I keep seeing coming up and up and up again on my social media feeds. It's something we've been talking a lot about because of our play box and our workshop centered on play. And I'm going to tell you something. We're not talking about the Pinterest version of play. That perfect setup where the kids are perfectly involved and we've got those photos that show everything went perfectly. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about keeping them busy and the version of that. And we're not even talking about the version that quietly turns into screen time because it feels too hard and it's too overwhelming. We're talking about what parents actually get wrong about play. And before you stop, because you're like, what is she going to say? I'm a parent. What is she trying to tell me that I'm getting wrong? So before you get to that moment, we need to talk about how to fix it in a way that supports connection, regulation, creativity, and yes, fewer screens along the way. Because would it be us if that wasn't the whole framing that we've done here? Play is disappearing because we've been taught the wrong things about it. So let's talk about some of those misconceptions. Misconception number one is that play should be educational. If they're playing, it must be educationally focused. And that's one of the biggest mistakes I see parents make, is believing that play has to teach something. It has to. So we plan for it. We plan these play opportunities. We see them. We see people posting about them. And we're like, okay, I'm going to plan this too. It gets a little overwhelming. And oftentimes we're like, whew. And then play isn't play anymore. We're looking for skills, outcomes, academic values. We're really trying to make sure that every time kids play, there's some measurable way to show that they're learning something. And if play doesn't look productive and kids aren't learning, we feel super uneasy. But here's the truth about that. Play is how kids integrate learning, not how they acquire it. I will repeat that. Play is how kids integrate learning and not how they acquire it. When play is overly saturated or outcome driven, kids don't actually relax into it. Instead, they perform. So they're not really playing. When play feels like work, kids lose interest, which then is often when screens start to take over. Because we've decided to make this a learning venture with outcomes and measurable things, and they have to work for it. And then they don't want to do it anymore because it's no longer play. So how do we fix it? We fix it by shifting the goal. Instead of asking, what will this teach them? Ask, what will this let them explore? Change your frame, and the play changes. Exploration builds curiosity naturally. And I'm going to give you a little tip. They're going to learn. But learning doesn't always have to be measured, and play doesn't always have to be about learning. But it's naturally going to happen when they're out there exploring and curious, because curiosity builds engagement. Kids want more of it. And engagement keeps them coming back without a screen. Because engagement helps to fill some of those aspects in their brain that screens might fill. Have you thought about that? Okay. Misconception number two, play should be independent. And don't get me wrong, I love independent play. I love when my kids can put together something and play independently and come up with whole worlds. It's a beautiful thing. But that doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't happen by chance. It happens with intentionality. Because independent play matters, but independent play grows out of connected play. You cannot have the independent play if you haven't had the connected play. Kids don't learn to play by being left alone all the time. That doesn't happen. They just don't understand that. They learn by first being with someone. They want to feel connected. They want to see you modeling. They want to see what play looks like for you. And that helps foster and develop that independent play that will come later. When we jump straight into go play, kids often default to screens because screens offer instant feedback and structure. Feedback and structure, default. I'm just going to go to that. So what do we do instead? Short bursts of shared play. You don't have to play continuously. Maybe you're like, okay, I'm going to sit down with you for 5 minutes and we're going to build together. I'm going to give you a build challenge. Those sparkers of curiosity, you know that I am a huge fan, and our signature item are always the sparks of curiosity. It's just to get them started. You can sit down with them. You sit down, you get it started, and then you're able to walk away and they continue to play independently. You might start a game and step away. You might co-create an idea and then just let them run with it. Lots of times, you just need help starting. Connection fuels independence, not the other way around. Independence does not fuel connection. Connection fuels independence. Okay, number 3, play should be long and uninterrupted. And I don't know about you, but play in my house can vary in length from a minute or two to really long stretches of time. And both are valuable. Both have their space and time when they're needed and when they're helpful for my kids, for myself, right? But there's this belief that play has to happen in these long, perfect stretches. And you see it. My kids played with this for over an hour. And we're all like, oh, how do I do that? I got to replicate it, right? I got to replicate it. But let's be real that most of us don't have that time. Those long stretches, I mean, I don't know about you, but some days it feels like we are going. And I'm like, we have 5 minutes right now. Like 5 minutes, but 5 minutes of play is rich. So we postpone play because we don't have the long stretches. We don't have like those, okay, my kids can play independently for an hour. So instead of playing, we're going to default and go to screens because we're going to fill the gap, right? But you know what? Play works best in small, repeatable moments. If you listen to last week's podcast, you can think about what we talked about there and now apply it here. Small, repeatable moments, filling the gap. That's when play is beautiful. So 10 minutes of consistent play does more than an hour once a week. Short play moments lower resistance. It brings us into the present. It brings our kids into the present. It lowers that like pushback that often happens. It reduces the pressure. And it fits into real family life instead of the other way around of us trying to fit in play. Play doesn't need more time. It needs more permission to be imperfect. So what is play actually for? Play is not just entertainment. Play helps kids learn how to regulate their emotions. It helps them process experiences. It allows them to practice problem solving. And it helps them feel connected and capable. All these things we keep talking about with our kids. We want confident, resilient kids. They need time to play. They need opportunities to play. We want our kids to play independently and be able to figure those little moments of boredom out by themselves. We need to connect with them first and help them understand how to get to that place. Play helps with all of those things. Play is your child's best teacher. It helps our children learn how to fail, try, adapt. It helps them learn how to interact and collaborate if they're co-playing with other children. Play is an amazing, rich experience. And we don't have to force learning on top of it because it's naturally integrated into normal everyday play. Screens replace play when it feels unavailable. We don't have enough time to sit down and play right now. Or it's overwhelming because you have to plan out everything and make it absolutely perfect and make sure that there's measurable outcomes and you can see by the end that through this play experience that your child is able to count to 10. Or if it's unclear. When we make play accessible, predictable, and shared, kids naturally don't cling to screens so tightly. Play becomes the default, not the device. And this is true for kids of all ages. It might even be true for adults if you think about yourself too. If this episode is making you rethink play, you're not alone. And you don't have to figure it out alone either. Our playful connection workshops are designed for families who want to build connection through play, reduce screen dependence, and learn practical, doable strategies. These are hands-on, in-person workshops in Southern California where families experience play together, not just talk about it. And it's not by having measurable outcomes. It's by providing a little spark, a connective moment that expands to the richest, most magical play. And we help you understand how to get there in the workshop so that you don't have to feel overwhelmed. You don't have to feel like there's not enough time. It can all happen like that. If you're local, you can find more about our upcoming workshops linked in the show notes. So make sure you go check it out and register for one that is upcoming. And if you're thinking, okay, but I still want support at home, our boxes are it. The play box, that's why it exists, is for this whole conversation. It removes the pressure of figuring out play on your own. You don't have to think, what do I need? What should happen? What needs to happen? It gives your family open-ended, screen-free invitations with the curiosity prompts that support connection without over-direction. Connective moments that you can start and walk away from. So we go from connection to independent play, all within a spark. And the materials, they're all right there for you. You don't even have to go grab anything else. So you make it accessible. Your kids see the box sitting out, like mine do all the time. They see it sitting out, they go grab it. In a 5-minute moment, they pull it out, they start working on something, it gets put away when they're done. It's not inaccessible anymore. It's right there. You can explore the Playbox anytime. It's officially out and ready for families who want to make play feel easier. And you can get it as a one-time box, or you can subscribe either every other month or quarterly. We have amazing fun themes coming out, and I'm so excited what this box can do for you and your family. So Here's a reflection to take with you. Where has play started to feel heavy? And what would happen if you made it lighter? Because when play feels lighter, connection gets stronger. And screens don't have to work so hard to compete. They become more of the backdrop than the foreground. Thanks for spending your day with me today. Here's to choosing moments that stick over the screens. Bye, friends.